In this episode of the 2016 Skyrim Modding Guide, we compare and install two save managers, namely AutoSave Manager by Vivanto and the Cipscis Automatic Save Manager, aka CASM. Hey guys, it's Cal from Dirty Weasel, and today we're going to be looking at save managers. As you may or may not know, the autosave system and the save system for Skyrim is pretty buggy. It's just like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 and not necessarily Fallout 4. I haven't really noticed any problems with Fallout 4's save system, but you know, I do things a little bit differently. I don't do any autosaves or anything like that. There's a couple rules for doing your saves, and basically you don't want to overwrite any saves, and the autosave system is kind of messed up on Skyrim, and there's a couple mods that will address those shortcomings. And let's go on the Nexus, we'll take a look, and the first one we're going to look at is AutoSave Manager by Vivanto, mod number 34842, and it has been around since 2013. And basically he tried to recreate Cipscis Automatic Save Manager, most commonly known as CASM. And you can see a lot of it looks very similar to CASM as far as the MCM menu and whatnot. And basically what it tries to do is manage your autosaves. It works fairly well. I had used it before in some of my Skyrim playthroughs, and it works pretty well. I used it quite a bit, and I didn't have any major issues with it. And so just what we're looking at, there's CSM. Looks familiar, doesn't it? That's for Fallout New Vegas, but we'll take a look at that later. It has a lot of options. You can go through the MCM menu and look at it. We'll go through the MCM menu in game, and we'll discuss all the different options once we get it installed. So you can go through and read this stuff, and there's nothing really spectacular on install. Basically, download it into Mod Organizer and install it. It does run a scripting feature, and scripts are not necessarily bad. We'll tell you what, we'll go into Mod Organizer and we'll just take a look at it. So files, AutoSave Manager, most recent, April 2013, download with Manager, and we have it in Mod Organizer ready to go. You can see it's right there. Obviously I've been testing it. So double click to install, manual. It has a foam mod, you don't need the foam mod. It has scripts, and scripts in themselves are not necessarily bad. Bad scripts are bad, but one of the things that I like to, decrease is the load of scripts on your game. And this does have scripts. I want to, put it out there. It's never caused any problems, but it is another script running on your CPU so that it increases the load. So you may have a little stutter here or there as it tries to do stuff. So, but like I said, scripts don't necessarily cause any save game bloat or anything like that. It's just something to be aware of. So it looks good right there. Go ahead and click OK. And activate it. In your plugins, it's going to be at the bottom. I did some testing, and it doesn't seem to matter where I put it. Anywhere. You can put it anywhere through loot. And I liked it right around here. It doesn't overwrite anything or make any changes. If you were to run loot, it would basically not make any changes. And apply. That's not good. It didn't move it. So there you go. So, let's go ahead and go in game. We'll show you the MCM, and, let's just take a look at it. So here we are in game. You can see Fiona's back in Whiterun. And one of the things I want to show you first is, basically under settings, and it is under gameplay. Let's see. Save. I've turned off all the saves. Save on rest, save on wait, save on travel. And I've disabled save on character menu. And that's because we want the Save Manager to do this, because Skyrim does a really crappy job. There you go. So under Mod Configuration, come on. There we go. Mod Configuration, you have, where is it at? AutoSave Manager. I keep looking for Vivanto's Skyrim Save Manager. It's AutoSave Manager. So save events, you can see I have everything disabled right now, but if you want something to create an autosave on rest, you put it on autosave. or an incremental save. I would do it on an incremental save, and we'll talk about that later, but you can either, do it on a manual save as well. So you can do it manual save or incremental save. I wouldn't do an autosave. I just won't. I don't like the autosave system. I think it's what causes a lot of bugs and corrupted save. So that's just me. So I leave it on disabled. And one of the reasons why I do this is that I want the incremental save system using either the AutoSave Manager or the second mod we'll discuss, and let it do its stuff. So I just leave all this stuff disabled. Save time, save behavior. This is an incremental save. You can change it to different things. I put it at incremental save. And it default will be 5 minutes. I set mine at 10. And then you can do a manual save, and you can then set a hotkey. So you can do F4. But if you want to change that, you can do different things. You can, select what you want. But if I'm saving, I want to do a manual save, I'm just going to hit F4 and do a hard save. Okay? That's basically the choices. Autosave, incremental save, which will look just like this. And then you can have a manual save. I do manual save F4. There you go. I leave all this disabled. Save conditions, I leave unchecked while in combat because I don't want any stutters. And unchecked with weapon drawn, which means I'm about ready to go into combat. I do leave it on sneaking. I do leave it on mount and a minimal health percentage if you want to go ahead and do that. Always perform on autosave when player health is below a given percentage. In other words, you're about to die, we're going to do an autosave. All right, I'm fine with that. Whatever they want to do is fine. And then general settings, autosave count. This is the number of autosaves that it will save if you want to have it autosave. So of course, we turned everything off, so it doesn't really matter. Incremental saves, I think default was 3, but you can change the slider to do as many as you want. I usually leave it at about 5 or 10. I think 10 or 5. I doesn't really matter. Whatever you guys feel is appropriate for your style of gameplay, but that's there. Incremental save event names. So if you have an event triggered, it will actually give you a name. And incremental save notifications. As you play the game, it will incrementally, as it creates an incremental save, you'll have a little pop-up over here saying the save was done and with the name of the character with number attached to it. No activity timer, save delay, script delay. You can read all these, okay? And debug mode. So there's that. I do mine at 10 minutes, and I do a total of 5. And generally, rules on this is if I'm done playing for the day, I hit a manual save. I always create a hard save. So there's that. And basically, you'll see it pop up over here in the upper left-hand corner. See, there it is right now. Just saying right now. Saving Fiona number 4. And that's how it will be titled. So there's that. That is AutoSave Manager by Vivanto. Alrighty, and we are back again to the desktop. And the other mod, we can now go ahead and close this one, is actually the Cipscis Automated Save Manager by Cipscis for Skyrim. The same guy who did CASM for Fallout New Vegas did one for Skyrim. And it basically has a lot of the same features, but it does not have as much of an MCM menu. And I think that this may be an alternative. It is relatively new. It was added basically June of 2015. So this is a new mod for 2015. All right. So this is relatively new. And basically it will give you a description. It is the Automatic Save Manager, CASM for Skyrim. And you can install it. Just install the BSA and the ESP into your data folder. Uninstall, I would just not worry about this because Mod Organizer will do it just fine. I don't have any problems. It does require SKSE and SkyUI. Of course, that's because it uses an MCM. So there you go. Configuration, you can go ahead and read these instructions, but the MCM is pretty straightforward. You'll notice when we get into game, this is the MCM for New Vegas. It does not look like this. We're just going to close it. I just wanted to see that before reference. If you go ahead and go to the file section, CASM, it is one file. Like I said, June of 2015. It is tiny. Tiny, 7 kilobytes. Download that with Manager. All right, we can now close this. And we'll go into Mod Organizer. And you can see it right there. You can double click to install this. And you go to Manual. And you can see it has a README text if you want to go ahead and read the README. But it is the same as what you saw on the screen. On the mod page, it has a BSA and an ESP. It doesn't have any scripts. So that's good. Not that like I said, scripts aren't necessarily bad. They're just scripts. Okay. Click OK. And activate it. And just like before, I tested it, moved it around, and it didn't seem to make a difference where I put it. Loot didn't care. I liked it right around here. It doesn't overwrite anything. Okay. So there's that. We'll just check it with Loot to make sure it doesn't have any major problems. Go and run it. Sort. And apply. And you'll see nothing change. Okay, so that's it. Basically, it's installed. We will go into game on this, and I will show you what we did. And there we go. MCM has now registered the new menu, so we can go and take a look at the CASM. And mod configuration. Come on. There it is. Mod configuration is CASM. And you can see it has a different screen. It doesn't have all those, disabled. So it's much, lighter weight and smaller. Enable autosaves if you want to, allow the autosaves to work in your autosave menu in the main menu for Skyrim. That's what this does. I don't have that, so we're going to disable it. Autosave frequency, you can do this again. I set mine at every 10 minutes. Just like that. Accept. Use real autosaves. No, we're going to leave that off. Save in combat. I'm going to turn that off because I don't want any little buggers there. Save while sneaking, sure. Number of saves, 5, 10, whatever you want to do. Same thing. Slider menu, no big issues. And of course, the manual save options. Enable a quick save key. We can either enable or disable that and decide what it is going to be. I'm going to actually leave that as it is, so you can autosave menu for, not autosave, but a quick save will be F4, a hard save will be an F5, and a quick load, if you want to have a quick load key. I don't use that, but I'm just going to leave it off, because I don't do quick load in my playthroughs. I just don't. But if you wanted to do it, you'd have F8. But that's all there is. This is a very lightweight thing. It is very simple. All right, so go ahead and tab out of that. And you should see that there is a major difference between this and the Fallout New Vegas version. It will not give you a menu in the upper left. It will just happen. And you'll just kind of know it. And the way you can tell the difference on this, we'll just go into load here. You can see these right here. Fiona Autosave number 4. This was created by AutoSave Manager. This is Vivanto's autosave. See? You could have multiples there while I was doing testing. I set it to like every 2 minutes and it created a bunch while I was doing some things. So you can see that. And then you have Whiterun. That is a hard save. Fiona 1 and Fiona 2, those are named saves that were created by CASM. And that's how you'll see them. So if you have different characters, it will name them instead of giving a location, which I find really, really convenient. Okay, so you can do that, and I think that's a good thing. So basically, we'll just go back, and that's it. Save managers are a useful thing. They do prevent crashes. I personally will be going with CASM. I just prefer the lighter weight mod. It does everything I need it to do, and I don't need to do a lot else. So that's my choice, is CASM, which is the Cipscis Automatic Save Manager. But Vivanto's Automatic Save Manager is a good choice too if you want all those different options that are available in the MCM. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. My name's Cal. I'm from Dirty Weasel, and I'm signing off.